All right, let's talk about something you probably use every single day, but maybe don't even think about: Ethernet. It's that silent, steady engine that powers pretty much the entire wired world. So, let's get into it. You know that feeling, right? You grab that cable, plug it into your laptop or your PlayStation, you hear that little click, and bam, you're online. It just works. But how? Well, that little bit of magic, that's Ethernet. And in the next few minutes, we're going to break down the science behind that simple click, from how it keeps all our data from crashing into each other to how it got so unbelievably fast.
Okay, so first things first, what even is Ethernet? Well, it's way more than just the cable. Think of it as the official rulebook for how all our wired devices talk to each other.
So here's the official definition. At its core, Ethernet is the tech that lets all the devices in your office or your home, computers, printers, servers, connect to form what we call a local area network, or a LAN. And the reason it's everywhere is because it's scalable, meaning it can grow from a small home setup to a massive corporate network. And it's just pretty simple to manage. It's really the backbone of any reliable network. Now, I want you to imagine a room full of people all shouting at the same time. It'd just be total chaos, right? Well, a computer network is exactly the same. So one of Ethernet's most important jobs is to act like a moderator in that room, making sure everything doesn't just turn into a bunch of digital noise. In the networking world, we call this idea a collision domain. It's basically any stretch of network where data packets could, well, collide. If your computer tries to send something at the exact same millisecond as mine on the same wire, they crash into each other and that data gets scrambled. So Ethernet needed a system to stop that from happening. And that system is called CSMA/CD. The name sounds super technical, but the idea behind it is actually really simple. It's all based on the rules of a polite conversation. Think about it. Before you start talking, you listen to see if anyone else is. If the coast is clear, you start speaking. If you accidentally talk over someone, you both stop, you pause for just a random little moment, and then you try again. That simple rule is exactly how multiple devices in your house can be gaming, streaming, and working all at once without their data constantly getting into digital car crashes. Okay, so we've got the rules for a polite conversation down. But how does my laptop know to send this file to your laptop and not, say, the smart fridge? Well, every single device needs a unique name, a digital ID. And that unique ID is called the MAC address. It's this 48-bit number that is literally burned into the hardware of every single network device made on this planet. Your phone has one, your laptop has one, your TV has one. It's like a device's own personal fingerprint. No two are ever the same. And let's break that down real quick. The address is actually split into two parts. The first half identifies the company that made the device, like Apple or Dell or Intel. That's the organizationally unique identifier. The second half is a unique serial number that the manufacturer gives to that one specific device. And that two-part system is the secret sauce that guarantees every MAC address in the world is one of a kind. So we've got the address, but how does the data actually get there? It gets bundled up into something called an Ethernet frame. The best way to think of it is like a digital envelope. You stuff your data inside, you write the to and from MAC addresses on the front, and you seal it up to be sent. And here you can see exactly what that digital envelope looks like. Now, it might seem a little complex, but every single part of the structure has a very specific and a very important job to do. The whole reason this envelope is so structured is all about making it reliable. The preamble at the beginning is just a little, hey, get ready signal to sync everything up. Then you've got the destination and source MAC addresses. That's your to and from field. The data part is, the actual message. And that last bit, the frame check sequence, that's like a tamper-proof seal. It's some clever math that lets the receiving device know if the package got damaged along the way. It's this careful packaging that makes Ethernet so incredibly robust. All right, let's switch gears and talk about something we all care about: speed. Ethernet has been in a constant race to get faster and faster, all because we just keep wanting more data. And the story of that race is really told through its cables. And here it is, the workhorse of modern networking, the twisted pair cable. It's a pretty simple idea, really. The wires inside are twisted together to help cancel out electrical noise and interference. And this basic design has been tweaked and perfected over the years to carry an insane amount of information. And this chart just lays out that evolution perfectly. We started out with 10 megabits per second, Then we took a huge leap to 100 megabits called fast Ethernet. Today, gigabit Ethernet is what most of us have at home, and 10 gigs is becoming pretty common for businesses. The thing to notice here is how the cables themselves had to get better, from Cat5 to Cat6A, to handle those crazy speeds. The pipe just had to get bigger and bigger to let more and more data flow through.
Yeah, just let that number sink in for a second. From the early days of 10 megabits to the 10 gigabit standard we see now, that's a 1,000 times increase in speed. It's just an incredible feat of engineering, all happening over some twisted copper wires. And honestly, we're just scratching the surface. The Ethernet family is huge, with tons of different standards for copper, for fiber optics, for all kinds of distances and uses. It's this massive, versatile ecosystem that just keeps growing. So, we've gone through a lot of the technical nitty-gritty. But let's bring it back. Why does any of this stuff actually matter to you? How does this help in the real world?
Okay, here are the big takeaways. First, your cable matters a lot. If you're paying your internet provider for super fast gigabit speeds, but you're using some old, dusty Cat5 cable, you're basically putting a speed limit on your own network. You won't get what you're paying for. Second, knowing the difference between fast Ethernet and gigabit Ethernet on a product box helps you buy the right router or switch for your needs. Third, that MAC address we talked about, it's a huge tool for fixing network problems and even for security. And finally, in a world that's all about Wi-Fi, never ever forget that plugging in a simple cable is still the best way to get pure, stable, top-tier speed. So I'll just leave you with this one thought. The next time your video is buffering or your game is lagging and you're getting frustrated with your Wi-Fi, just remember the power of that simple click. That unseen engine of your network might just be the simple, reliable fix you need. Thanks for watching.